Hey guys, I wanted to thank you guys for 50 subs. It was 50 subscribers at the time of me writing the script. So I hope you enjoy What If Deku Had the Venom Symbiote and the Sharingan, Episode 2. Please share my channel with friends and family. Someone asked me if Deku would have chakra. I think he does, but he struggles to control it, and his father doesn't help him try to understand it. So he has to learn by himself, and he only knows the basics of chakra control. I will also be working on another What If a bit later this week. So let's get into the video. Deku has just woken up from a hard week of work at the beach, and All Might then he remembered that he had gotten a letter saying that Deku got into UA High on recommendation. Then Deku jumped in excitement and started to say, "I got in," and then Deku's mother walked in to see what all the noise was about. Then Deku tells his mother about him getting into UA on recommendation. And then she asked how, because Deku didn't tell his mum about him getting One for All or Venom. Because he couldn't, but he also forgot to tell everyone about Venom. Then Deku said to his mother to step back, and then he said, "Mask." As he said that, Deku then starts to be cloaked in a black type of slime, and then, growing taller and more muscular, he also grew a mouth and fangs. He shows where his mouth should be, and his eyes go white and get bigger, and his tongue gets longer. His mother stands there in shock, staring at her son, asking where did he get this. Deku then said that he was attacked by a sludge villain, and how the symbiote saved his life. Then Deku said, "Suit off." Venom did so. Now Deku ran off to meet with All Might to tell him that he got a recommendation to go to UA. All Might was shocked, and then All Might said that it was going to be hard, that all the hard work has paid off. Deku then asked if he could go and watch the exams. If he wasn't going to be participating, All Might said, "All right." Deku jumped for joy. Let's go to the days of the exams. It's just a week after Deku got invited to UA. As Deku was walking to watch the exams, he meets with Bakugo. He asks if Bakugo is excited, and Bakugo then says yes. And then Bakugo threatens Deku, saying, "If he doesn't leave now, I will kill you," during the practicals. Deku then knows he didn't mean it, so then Bakugo walks past Deku. Deku then starts to walk to see the start of the exam, but he loses his balance and trips. As he puts his arm out to brace for impact and try to stop his fall, he then gets stopped and feels someone's hand on his shoulder and looks. It's a girl. The girl then says her name is Ochako Uraraka, and her quirk is zero gravity. Deku then thanks her, and then he starts to walk to the observation room. Then Venom appears on Deku's shoulder and says that she was nice. Deku then agrees with him. When Deku arrives, he meets with All Might, and they both go inside and meet Principal Nezu. Principal Nezu asks if this is Deku. All Might then says yes, and then Principal Nezu asks about the black thing on his shoulder. And then Venom said, "We are Venom." Principal Nezu then tells the two humans to go sit down and wait for the other pro-heroes / teachers. When the pro-heroes arrive, they wonder why they see a kid in the observation room, because there normally aren't meant to be kids in there, just pro-heroes. Principal Nezu tells them that Deku is All Might's student, and he has his quirk, and is one of the students that got into UA on recommendation, and all the pro-heroes understood. Then, when the exam starts, they see a giant explosion, and someone goes flying through the smoke. It's Bakugo. On another scene, they see a man running at high speeds with engines in his calves. They can then notice a girl with a quirk that makes everything she touches get weightless and go up in the air. You also notice someone with a laser coming from his stomach. Deku's eyes start to sparkle as he notices all the amazing quirks that he's never even thought of before. a quirk that allows someone to create multiple arms, eyes, ears, and a mouth. There is also one that gives someone the abilities of a frog. Then Deku saw a giant robot, which everyone was running away from. He wanted to act, so he asked Nezu if he could go down there. Deku then said if he can get there in 5 minutes, then fine. Deku smirked as he and Venom sunk into the ground. I know this isn't one of Venom's abilities, but since this is my series, I would give Venom the ability to go to anyone to the person that he has touched or has touched him. Don't ask why my head went straight to this. At the battlefield with Uraka and everyone else of the examinees, and the 0 point robot. Sorry, that's just an error in the script. She heard a voice in her head saying, "Don't worry, we will help you. Just lift up your hand." She does this, and a black substance comes out their hand, and then Deku appears from it. And he says, "Don't worry, we will deal with this." Deku then says, "Mask," and then a voice said, "Copy." Then Deku gets encloaked in darkness, a dark substance, and grows to nearly double his size. His mouth grows fangs, and then his tongue increases in length, and his eyes grow bigger and turn white, and said, "We are Venom." Everyone who was watching was in shock. Even the heroes who were watching in the observation room, except All Might. Then Deku climbs up the robot's leg, and eventually to the head, and then Deku punches the giant robot, and it causes a shockwave. As it starts to fall, and he fell, he didn't think of a way to get down when they started falling. Just as they were falling, Venom takes control and flips him to make him land on his feet so they don't take any damage, or chance that Venom loses Deku, his perfect host. And he helps Uraka out of the debris. Everyone is shocked at the events that just transpired. Suddenly, the exams end and everyone leaves except Deku and Uraka. As Deku was about to leave, Uraka said, "Thank you for saving me." Deku then replied by saying, "No problem, I was just returning a favor." Uraka then starts to blush a bit. Deku happens to notice this, so he goes to ask her if she wants to go with him. Uraka then said yes, and she and him walked to the principal's office to ask Nezu something. When the two arrived, Nezu asked why they were there. Deku then said that he wanted to give all his points to Uraka, all the points he had earned from saving her life. Nezu then asks what he thinks and if he earned any points. Deku then said if it was an exam to pick the next generation of heroes, there would have to be a way of earning points by saving people. Nezu was shocked by this. Deku then asked how many points he had earned. Nezu then said 60 points. Deku and Uraka's face was shocked at how many points he had earned. Nezu then said it was alright to transfer his points to another contestant. I'm sorry, that paragraph was a bit everywhere. I wrote this 3 times and I did not save, so that's what I ended up with. Let's skip to when Deku gets out of the office with Uraka. Uraka asked Deku about what happened back during the exam. Deku then said that was Venom. Uraka asks who is Venom, and then Venom appears on Deku's shoulder saying, "We are Venom." Uraka then starts to jump and was about to scream, then Deku said, "Don't scream." Then Deku then offers to walk Uraka home. Uraka then agrees to this. She also asked Deku how he got recommended into UA. Then Deku then said about the time he saved Bakugo from the sludge villain. Uraka was surprised by the fact that he had beaten a villain before. When the two had arrived at Uraka's house, the door opened, and the one who opened it was Uraka's mother. Deku then said he had to go, and Uraka then said bye, and Deku ran off. Uraka's mother started to question her about Deku. I'm going to end this video here. It's took me about nearly 2 days to write. Hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you for all the support in the last video. Please like and sub and share with a friend. Peace.